Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I come back to you to continue to express messages for hope, for inspiration, for guidance, and I'm going to pull a few cards to see what the angel may offer today for us as a mirror, and discuss a couple of subjects on this principle of the law of one, on the principle of ascension, on the transmutation of the lower self into the higher self, and. And so the situation for us today is the dream, cultivating our dream, moving into our dream. What if our dream tomorrow was everything that we ever dreamed of was manifested? Would we say, well, I don't believe it and return to the old, or would we accept it? So the dream is extremely important, to have a dream, to have a vision. Every man, every woman is born with a dream, and so we have to cultivate that dream. What's around the situation is the solution. All the solutions are already around so we already have the solution. What we see in our mind, in our conscious mind, what will be before us is authenticity. We're moving into the ever increasing state of authenticity to become our true self. What comes from our subconscious, the deepest, is creation, is the whole of the universe, may emerge from our subconscious. Where we are now is destiny. Whatever our destiny may be is what we need to fulfill. We are here on a mission, and we have to fulfill that mission. What will come in the near future is the droiture, which is true righteousness. Righteous is to be straight, to be right, not about self egocentrism. I'm right, I'm always right. But it's about being truthful to yourself. It's about being truthful and straight. What we have as a strength within the situation is hope. Hope is a very precious. It is what was kept within the Pandora's box. Hope is always inside, no matter what the chaos. If there is loss of hope, everything is lost. So we have to keep hope. What comes to us from the outside world is rest. Hopefully we're going to get a break and be able to rest for a while, to regenerate, to recuperate. What we have in our inner emotion, our hopes and fear, is elevation. We are being elevated. We are asking to be elevated into the next level of our past. Please, Creator, bring it on. I am ready. And the outcome is patience. For sometimes we have to wait for the right timing. For God knows best, and Father knows best. God always knows the proper timing, and sometimes we have to wait for certain things. But as we wake, we can move into the state of gratitude, in the receptive mode, to allow everything to come and unfold in a graceful and easy way. For right now, we are moving through the emotional state, the fourth dimension. It is very painful sometimes. It is difficult. We are purging all kinds of lower energy. Understanding the future already happens. If the future didn't already happen within as a potential, it could never happen. It could never unfold. But when the future become manifested, it becomes the present. But until then, it is. But as soon as something is created, it has to manifest. But when does it manifest? We don't know. That is what for us for those in spirit, what is potential and actual is the same thing. But for us, it's like we have what manifested and what is to come, and so we are like sometimes eager to move into what is to come. We want to be able to move to the next step, and soon we'll be able to move into instant manifestation. Personally, I'm still having a hard time moving into this instant manifestation. I'm in a surrealist situation here. It's like I'm not even going to talk about it, but spirit, and every time I feel like the complete chaos in terms of like the incompetence of certain situation and people around me. Spirit, I turn to my I am presence, which reassures me and talks me about freedom, liberation, and all those things. I'm thanking God that I have this presence, but we have to tune in to learn to communicate with those parts of ourselves. For telepathy and empathy will be the first power, the ability to sense other people's emotion and to communicate through our mind. We can already do that, but telepathy is like sender and receiver. We have to be open to receive and the ability to send. But this allows us to communicate with our guides as well. So it's about clearing, making more space within our mental body, to making more silence, so we can begin to receive all those energies. There can be a flashpoint that can happen at any time. Flashpoint that elevates us to a next level whenever we're ready. The flashpoint in one moment can just take us to any point in the universe, any dimension, whatever we're ready. Once again, it depends on the I am presence. We are asked to raise the frequency of the earth. The best thing to raise the frequency of the earth is communicating the truth. It's about, for me, it's creating art as well. Creating art, raise the frequency of the earth. For all my art, for like 30 years, I've been creating art that's dedicated to the glory of God, to the glory of spirit, to anchor those energy into the earth's plane for now, for this generation and future generation, to create this new renaissance, no matter when that happens and manifest in the world. That will hopefully be really soon. But it can be also through meditation. You raise the frequency of the earth, through play. When you enjoy, when you are happy, then there is much to share in that experience. Then there is the frequency is raised. Everyone in the universe is seeking ascension, no matter what dimension we're in. We're always seeking the next dimension. There will never be an end to evolution. There will always be new level to achieve, new things to attain. Except those who are working for the dark, who are they're trying to control the matrix. They're trying to control, but they will be expulsed. They will be ejected. Eventually, the frequency of the earth, there will be too much love and light for them. They won't be able to control, and so they will be moving into another plane. Understanding there are good people in all sphere, but there are also tyrants in all sphere, in every family, in every government, in every administration, in every school, in every business. There are people, they don't realize it sometimes, but they are tyrannical. They are imposing their way, their vision in a way that is forceful and brutal, and that's a tyranny. And so we're hoping that they can change, they can change into something better. For it is whatever God wants is what will happen for them. They are not allowed to see better. For Socrates tells us, if somebody is tyrannical, it's because he doesn't know how to do better. But in many sense, we want to send them love and light, to love all those people. That's the only chance they have, is the love of those that they are trying to project their tyranny on. And so, because if we love them enough, they may have a chance to change. And so it is a challenge to love those people who do not love you, but it's not about being intimate love. It's about just sending this violet fire, or this white light, or this blue light, or this and so and sometimes we pray God. I pray the universal senses and Allah to see when will this alignment be for this last judgment, so that the judgment may come, and then the mix may inherit the earth. The good, the men of good, the men and women that are good will be able to live in peace in this world, so we get rid of all this tyranny that's been imposed by few. Of course, there's not that many, but it's enough to create the whole chaos of the world. The very few that are tyrannical. They're still there, but they are still a little bit. They're still here and there. You know? So once we move into the state of samadhi, the Buddha inside, we are able to elevate ourselves above all that, and we are able to send love and light to all beings without being subjected to their to whatever they're trying to enforce upon us. Understanding God is in all bodies, all beings and all things, but also in your physical body, in your mental body, in your emotional body, and your astral body. And so we want to, for a long time I haven't took care of my body. I was more into pleasure than about purification. But my body forgives. Hopefully my body will forgive me. The body is capable of eliminating every toxins, even the very strange, bizarre toxicities that come from vaccination, pharmaceutical, chemtrails, all the pollutant they put in the clothes, in the food, in the water. The body is far more capable. It can clean up everything. And but no matter what I've been doing with my body, now I'm like moving into this purification state. But I still have a little bit of way to go, because I've been doing it for like a long time. I was just not in the highest respect of the purity of a physical body, but in some sense, for 20 years I haven't been sick, I haven't taken pharmaceuticals, so in some sense I must be doing something right, otherwise you get sick, to force you to catalyze the energy towards the problem that you may have inside. So I pray my body will forgive me, and I'm going to try to always do better, always improve, and move into this state of purity, so we can all move. Once those four bodies are aligned, then the magical things happen. There will be the karmic body will open up to the light body, and we'll be able to be free. For it is part of So yeah, this is in essence what I wanted to come to talk about today. I wanted also to speak about Agartha, the inner plane. Agartha is a term from that was revealed from the Buddha, who discovered those inner planes. There is about the city of Shambhala, the capital of Agartha, which is below the Gobi Desert and Tibet. Big city of light, of crystal light, and there is also an astral city that is above in the upper in the atmosphere. They are celestial, so the inner plane is being reflected on the upper plane as well. And so there is many ways that leads to the Agartha. I've been there a few times. I've been invited. For there is another city that's called Telos, in California. And you may call on Adama, the great priest of Telos, will assist you there. They are very advanced. They are 5-dimensional beings. They are flying saucers. They move. They go to other planets. They travel. They do all kinds of things from there. They are like the first civilization of the Agartha was settled about 800,000 years ago. After Lemuria was destroyed, the Lemurian moved into into the inner planes of the planet, and then after the Atlantean fall, many Atlanteans have managed to make their way there. Some of us stayed with the program to follow up on that which was going on. The Mayans also were at some point all moved on to the Atlantean into the Agartha, and they left the technology behind, that fourth-dimensional technology in Machu Picchu in Peru. There is the technology, but it's hidden, but it's there. Humanity could use it to ascend, but it's just they don't. There is from an historical point of view, there is the Admiral Byrd was the one that was trying to discover, to make aware people that those through the North Pole. He was trying to come into the North, for the North and South Pole can also lead to the inner Earth, and the light that comes from the great light that comes from the poles are the light of Agartha, and so the Egyptian gods also live there. A lot of the higher beings of our universe lives either there or in the upper atmosphere, in the cities of light. And there are many tunnels. There are some in Brazil. There is some in Egypt. There is some in Tibet. There are some in Canada. I've been shown some passageway that we can go physically into the inner planes of the planet. I will someday explore that when the time will be appropriate. But for now, we can reconnect to that. We'll ask to go there in sleep time, in sleep state. So that maybe a good way, and ask to remember your journey, to come back with a dream that informs you of that connection. But even if you don't remember, there is so much that can be done to improve the quality of our energetic bodies, that just going to those places in the crystal chambers that we have there, or the crystal temple of knowledge, or there's all kinds of amazing technologies that will assist us with our biological transformation. It is where we're going to end the process of, before becoming galactic, we're going to have to move our physical body there into the chamber, the light chamber, where our DNA will be transmuted into a galactic form. All of that is in the works. We will come when the time is right. And so the two paintings behind me, this is the very first model I did of Paradise, the 21 satellite of Paradise and the central universe, with the 7 super universe of time and space. It's from 1995. I think I was in Denver, Colorado at the time. And this is the very, very first model. It's got this aborigine kind of energy. And this one is a painting, Metacosmic painting from 2008. It's about the 3 primordial godheads. For the Master of Wisdom thought is the secret of secrets, the thing he cannot reveal because it's too powerful. Is the presence of the 3 godheads, the presence of love, the presence of mercy, and the presence of ministry. The Universal Father, the Eternal Son, and the Infinite Spirit that are one. They are the great I Am. They are the source, the 3 first source and center. And in the universe, there is a unified field where the gods of creations are, but this is a paradisical energy, so it is about the omnigalactic source, the center of centers that is represented with, and everything is a spiral, and we want to activate spiral within ourselves. I'm going to sing a song and pull 4 cards from the Akash. So it's a song I haven't really rehearsed or anything, but it's a new song. It just went through my head. It's about somebody that's been followed by a moon shadow. It goes like this. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my hands, lose my plow, lose my land, yes, if I ever lose my land, oh ha ho 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 ho, then I won't have to work no more. And if I ever lose my eyes, if my colors all run dry, yes, if I ever lose my eyes, oh yes, if I won't have to cry no more. Yes, I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my leg, I won't moan and I won't beg. Oh, if I ever lose my leg, oh then I won't have to walk no more. And if I ever lose my mouth, all my teeth, north and south, yes, if I ever lose my mouth, oh, if I won't have to talk no more. Did you take long to find me? I asked the faithful light. Did you take long to find me? And are you gonna stay the night? I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Well, maybe I should rehearse it a little bit, but it's a beautiful song. It felt like absolutely right to sing this song today. It was like, I felt like I've been on this moon shadow. The moon is like the controller of emotion. It runs by tide and it comes and goes. And so we are passing through this fourth dimensional emotional realm. Then we're going to emerge beyond that. The highest wisdom for us today is lesson and good deeds. So there is much to, once we learn a lesson, there will be good deeds that we'll be able to harvest. What we need to understand is Asia, it is the state of Samadhi, it's the Buddha, of serenity and lucidity. What we need to do is put an end to the wars and battle within ourselves, to let go of every opposing fact, to move into love, no matter what it is. It's not easy to love all those darker aspects, or internal or external, but to use the shields of light to always, whatever is like negative, say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And it's like, then this love and light will come into a resolution. Once we do that, we find wisdom, then we'll find there is only light within ourselves. And the outcome is Greco-Roman. It is the power of the gods that will be returning to us. So I hope this message will be meaningful to you and interest to you. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.